Hey Valley Middle, welcome to another math video. Tonight we're going to be looking at the commutative property. Before we do that, let's start off with kind of a fun trivia question here today. What are the middle names of these four dudes? Yes, they're all presidents of the United States or former presidents of the United States. But what are their middle names? Actually, I'll be impressed if you can tell me what the middle name of any one of them is. That would be impressive. All right, I'll give you the answer to the question tonight after our trivia, or after our lesson tonight. Officially tonight, our target is I can use a commutative property to rewrite expressions. Let's do that thing. All right, we're going to start right off with the nutshell version of this. The commutative property is just a property, as the squirrels like to say it, in a nutshell. It just doesn't matter what the order is when you multiply or add numbers. The answer is going to be the same. Take a look at this. 3 times 4 is equal to 4 times 3. You already know that. 2 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus 2. This is made possible by our good friends at the commutative property. No, it's called the commutative property. You can rewrite things, and rewrite is a word that means to write in a different way. So instead of 2 plus 3, I'm moving these numbers around, and I'm writing it as 3 plus 2. The only problem that kids really struggle with on this target is the name of it, because there's a property called the distributive property and the associative property, which we're going to be looking at in the coming nights. And our goal tonight is to not just understand what the commutative property is, but to memorize that term, commutative property. So I'll be using it a lot, and I think you'll kind of figure it out. All right, here's a little picture of one of our colleagues here at Valley Middle School. Mrs. Carruthers, crazy Mrs. Carruthers, calmly commutes to Valley Middle School. We'll think about it. She lives out here in the sticks someplace, and then she drives to Valley Middle School, and then she drives back home. She moves back and forth. Just like this problem right here, we can take and move this guy here. We can say 1 plus 2 is the same as 1, or 2, same as 2 plus 1. We can move those numbers around, and it doesn't matter. We can commute the numbers. Commute means to move around. All right. I don't know why she's so mean to me. She usually has something snide to say. I'm sure there's something back here. Is there? Oh, yeah. Oh, Grandpa Dadley is so totally handsome. Okay, I put in the so totally handsome part. But she calls me Grandpa Dadley. That's kind of a mean thing. She's kind of a bully. I mean, and I never do anything wrong. Oh, wait, here's a quick look at my Dart prototype thing that I'm working on at home for my new dartboard. But anyway, I'm a good dude. I'm a stand-up dude. She picks on me. All right, let's get back to the target at hand here. So order does not matter when multiplying or adding a string of numbers. So let's take a look at it. 3 plus 2 plus 1. Well, that could equal 1 plus 2 plus 3, or 2 plus 3 plus 1. It doesn't matter. They all equal 6 because order just doesn't matter. 3 times 2 times 1. Well, that could be 2 times 1 times 3, or 3 times 2 times 1. There are other ways to write that too. Again, it still equals 6 because the order doesn't matter. So this is not a big deal, right? Yeah, but it is kind of a big deal in sometimes. Like in this one here, 4 times 18 times 25. Solve that in your head. I don't know, Mr. Dudley. Neither do I. I'm not that smart. However, if I commute the numbers and I did the 4 times 25 first, that would be 100. Times 18 is 1800. All of a sudden, I look like a rock star. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This one's going to help your social profile. Rock star, mental gymnastic, math student. We'll call you a mathlete. Okay, here's another example. 13 plus 59 plus 17. I don't know what that is. You probably don't either. But commute the numbers around. 13 plus 17, well, that's going to make 30, these compatible numbers here. We add 59 to it. We got ourselves 89. And we're out the door. And everybody's impressed. They're like, what? Did he just do that mentally? Yeah, he did. All right, time for you to try. 4 pause problems. Go ahead and try these guys. Yeah, just rewrite them. You don't need to evaluate them. All right, let's see how you did. Well, you could have written 5 plus 4 plus 6, 6 plus 4 plus 5. There's other ways to do it. If you wanted to evaluate it as well, it's 15, but I said you didn't have to evaluate it. This one here, 4 times 5 times 6, could be 6 times 5 times 4, 5 times 4 times 6. There's other ways to write that too, but it equals 120. These two here are a little more challenging, you know. I mean, you can rewrite it a bunch of different ways, but there's probably one way that would make it easier for me to solve. That's if I rewrote it like this. 5 times 20 would be 100 times 19. Yeah, I would rewrite it this way to solve it. And this one down here, look at the compatible numbers, 12 and 68. 12 and 68, they're going to be 80 plus 27, 107, or plus 27 would make 107. Once again, you hit that rock star legendary status. What is it? Not an athlete, but a mathlete. Ooh, I like that term. There's always a yeah, but. So how do you rewrite these expressions here? Well, you can't take numbers outside of these parentheses we're in there. So you can rewrite this as 9 times 4 times 5 or 5 times 4 times 9. You just can't move the numbers around and out of the brackets. In other words, you can't throw the 5 in and take the 4 out. Keep them inside the brackets. Keep everything inside the fences if you want to think of it that way. Here's a couple different ways you could write this one. Again, 10 times 18 times 9 times 6. You could just flip this guy and say this is 6 times 10 times 18. You could do that. You could take and flip these guys around here in the middle too and call it, 9 times 10 times 18 too. Either way. All right. Sorry, I didn't flip this one here the way I wanted to. All right, and then we have 13 times 5 times 2 times 4. I know a lot of kids want to go, hey, I'll put the 5 over here and the 2 over here. Nah. Keep everything in the same fences here. Let me just slide up so you can take a look at it. You just make that 5 times 13. I just flip the order around, times 2 times 4, or you can take 4 times 2. You can move the whole set of parentheses around too, but keep everything inside the parentheses, You with me? Are you all mathletes? All right. So how are you going to remember this? How about this crazy picture? Crazy Mrs. Carruthers calmly commutes. Really should be modeling safety and have a helmet on. Look at, here's her house back here. Looks like a giant spoon on the roof. Not sure what that is, but anyway, whoops. That was not Photoshop. That's a legit picture. Okay, here we go. A couple quick questions. Get these guys down. 2 ticket to the show problems. Just rewrite them. You do not need to evaluate them. If you want to impress me, go ahead and evaluate them. Alrighty. Let's get to our trivia question of the day. Just for fun, the middle names. Donald John Trump. Barack Hussein Obama II. George Walker Bush W. I like imitating W. William Jefferson Clinton. Which is your favorite middle name? I really like Jefferson. That's kind of cool. Sounds pretty presidential in my opinion. Pretty presidential. All right. Sorry, I'm getting weird. Have a great evening. Thanks for watching.